Hello, my dear students. Good morning. Welcome to your mathematics class, dear students. We are doing Unit 6 Lines and Angles of your NCERT book. And till now, we have done first two exercises of 6.1 of Unit 6. Right? Now, we are going to start with third exercise. But before starting it, let me explain you the theorem number 6.7, which is known as angle sum property of a theorem. In our junior classes, we have heard about this property that sum of all the three interior angles of a triangle is always 180 degree. Now in this class we are going to prove this theorem, and it is given on page number 105. The theorem 6.7, the statement is the sum of angles of a triangle is 180 degree, means the sum of interior angles of a triangle is 180 degree. Dear students, the theorem is very important, definitely going to come in your exam. So let's see its proof. So very first of all, we will write down the various steps. In the first step, we will write the statement. Like in the question, they can ask you prove the angle sum property of a theorem. State and prove angle sum property of a triangle. So in that case, you have, when state is given to you, that means you have to write the statement also. The statement is the sum of the angles of a triangle is 180 degree. That means to prove, what we have to prove, angle P, this interior angle, plus angle Q interior, plus angle 3 means angle R is equal to 180 degree. This is what we have to prove. Now dear students, to prove the sum of these three angles is equal to 180 degree, we need to do a construction. So what is that construction? Draw a line XY parallel to QR passing through point P. Draw a line XY parallel to line QR passing through point P. कि ये line parallel है QR के और P point से pass होनी चाहिए. So this is our construction. So now let us see the proof. Dear students, as we have taken that this line is parallel to this, so the lines which intersect these two parallel lines will be the transversals. So in this figure, we have XY and QR, two parallel lines. For these two parallel lines, PQ is intersecting them. So this is a transversal, and PR is also a transversal. So now if we'll see angle 2 and this angle XPQ, they will be equal. Why? Because this angle is on the left hand side of the transversal, it is on the right hand side of transversal, and both the angles are touching our parallel lines. That means these two angles will be equal. So this angle will be equal to angle 2, alternate interior angles. Similarly, if PR is a transversal, then angle 3 must be equal to this angle. This will also equal to angle 3. Why? Because it is on left hand side, right hand side, touching the parallel lines also. That means again alternate interior angles. So in this way you will get angle 2 equal to 2 and 3 is equal to 3. So let us first write down these steps, then I'll explain you the next step. So we will write it as XY line is parallel to PQ. As it is parallel to PQ, this therefore angle XP, we can mark this angle as angle 4 and this angle as angle 5, right? So we will give them the numbers, easy to write. So we will write angle 4 is equal to, as XY is parallel to PQ, we will write angle 4 is equal to angle 2. And you have to write the reason also. Reason is alternate interior angles. So similarly, we will write similarly. This is a symbol for similarly. कि इसी तरह से angle 5 will be equal to angle 3. If we'll write the word similarly, then no need to write the reason again. Because similarly means इसी तरह से ये दोनों एंगल भी इक्वल हो जाएंगे. Now what we will do? Now as XY is a line, and if you will see that all the three angles 4, 1 and 5, they are forming a D on the straight line XY. Means they are forming half angle. That means, see, if I'll join all these three angles, we are getting half angle. Means the sum of these four angles must be 180 degree because they are lying on the straight line. Now, as XY is a line, therefore the angles lying on the straight line will be equal to, their sum will be equal to 180 degree, right? And now let us mark these 2 points as equation 1. From here we can replace angle 4 by angle 2. 4 by 2 plus 1 will be written as it is, plus 5 can be replaced by angle 3. So from here, dear students, what we have done, we have replaced 4 by 2 and 5 by 3. That means angle 1 plus 2 plus 3, 1 plus 2 plus 3 is equal to 180 degree. This is what we have to prove. So we will write them in a proper order. And now let us see what is their name. Angle 1 is angle P, plus angle 2 is angle Q, plus angle 3 is angle R. So in this way you will get the result of this theorem. So I hope the question is clear to you. Theorem is clear to you. In this way you will get the sum of all the three interior angles of a triangle equal to 180 degree. Now let us see theorem 6.8. What does it says? If a side of a triangle is produced, then the exterior angle so formed is equal to the sum of the two interior opposite angles. In theorem 6.8 says that if a side of a triangle is produced, like this is a triangle, and if we'll produce any of the side, मान लो मैंने I have a triangle ABC and I have produced BC. मैंने BC को आगे प्रोड्यूस कर दिया. Then the exterior angle formed. यहाँ पर ये कैसा एंगल बन गया है? एक्सटीरियर एंगल. और ये जो अंदर लाई करते हैं ये क्या होते हैं? इंटीरियर एंगल्स होते हैं. Then the exterior angle is equal to the sum of this exterior angle is equal to the sum of the opposite interior angles. Now we have three interior angles. Which one is opposite to this? Dear students, जो उसके साथ ही इंटीरियर बन रहा है वो तो होता है एडजेसेंट. That angle is known as adjacent. वो साथ ही बन रहा है. तो हमें यहाँ कौन से लेने हैं? अपोजिट लेने हैं. साथ वाले को छोड़ देंगे तो उसका अपोजिट कौन सा हो जाएगा? Means angle A and angle B. Angle A is plus angle B. So this is your theorem 6.8. That means exterior angle is equal to the sum of opposite interior angles. इसी तरह अगर मैं ये साइड एक्सटेंड कर देती हूँ तो ये एक्सटीरियर है, देन दिस एक्सटीरियर एंगल विल बी इक्वल टू, तो वो ए नहीं आएगा, विल बी इक्वल टू सम ऑफ एंगल बी प्लस सी. अगर बी पर बनता है तो दिस एक्सटीरियर एंगल इज इक्वल टू एंगल ए प्लस सी. सो दिस is your theorem 6.8. Now by using these two theorems, let us start doing 6.3 exercise. So that's all for now, dear students. We'll use now these two theorems in our exercise in our next video. So thank you.